mixed number using the distributive property. So I just want to go over a few vocabulary words, especially the distributive property. So this is simply when you break apart a number in order to be able to multiply it easily. I say multiply because that's what we're going to be focusing on today, but you can use it in other ways. So for example, if I wasn't sure how to multiply 6 times 14, one thing I could do is 6 times 10, and then 6 times 4. So I break apart the 14 to make it easier to multiply, and that's going to help us multiply the mixed number in this case. So just to refresh your memory, whole number are all counting numbers including 0, so 0 and on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you keep going. And then mixed number is a whole number and a fraction represented together as one number. And these are usually between two whole numbers. For example, 3 and 3/7 would lie between 3 and 4 wholes. So let's try this one. Well, I'm going to try this one. You're going to watch as I try it. So I have 6 times 2 and 3/5. So like I said, I'm going to break this apart so that I can use the distributive property, excuse me. So 6 times 2 and 3/5 would be the same thing as 6 times 2 plus 6 times 3/5. And then I can add these two products together. Well, 6 times 2 I know is 12. And then I could do 6 times 3/5. Well, I remember from the previous lessons that I do the whole number times the numerator and then represent it as the numerator over 5. So what I mean by that is 6 times 3 is 18. So I have 6 times 3, the whole number times the numerator, and I represent that over the original denominator. So I have 18/5. So now I have 12 plus 18/5, except this is an improper fraction, so I want to decompose this as well. So I'm actually going to decompose it 3 times. And again, you can break this apart in different ways. I'm going to show you 2 right now. So the one way is to think of this as a bunch of wholes of fifths, and each fifth that would make a whole would be 5/5. So I could have 5/5 to make one whole, another 5/5 to make 2 wholes, that's 10/5, another 5/5 to make 3 wholes, that's 15/5, and then I would need 3 more to get to 18. So I see I have 1, 2, 3 wholes and 3/5. 3 wholes and 3/5 plus the original 12 that I had through 12 wholes. So that would give me 12 plus 3 and 3/5. 12 plus 3 is 15, and then I keep the 3/5. I said there were 2 ways to do this. The other way would just be to divide 18 by 5. Well, I do that. 5 goes into 18 3 times, because 5 times 3 is 15. And then I can subtract that 15. 18 minus 15 is 3. There's nothing to bring down, so that's 3 remainder 3. So I get the same thing. I have 3 wholes, left over 3, which is my numerator, and I keep my denominator 5. 3 and 3/5, 3 remainder 3. So once I've converted this improper fraction like I did here, I can then add it to my whole. 12 plus 3 and 3/5 would be 12 plus 3 is 15, and then I keep my 3/5. 15 and 3/5. So let's try one together. Please pause and grab a piece of paper or something to write on so you can follow along with me this time. So if you're watching now, that means we're going to continue. You are ready to begin. If not, please pause while you get yourself settled. So I have 3 and 3/8 times 12. So the first thing we have to do is rewrite this as 2 separate multiplication problems. So I have 12 times 3, oops, I meant plus, sorry, plus 12 times 3/8. So let's solve this. 12 times 3 is, so hopefully you said 36, plus 12 times 3/8 well, I know that 12 times 3 is 36 because I just did it here, so 12 times 3 is 36 over 8, so I have 36/8. Now I need to convert this, so I'm going to divide here on the side, and go ahead and help me divide. 8 goes into 36 how many times? So hopefully you said 4, and 4 times 8 is 32, and then I can subtract 36 minus 32 is 4, so I have 4 remainder 4. So 36/8 is the same thing as 4 wholes and 4 as my numerator, 4/8. So now I can add the 36 wholes plus 4 and 4/8. Well, 36 plus 4 is 40, and I keep my 4/8. So go ahead and try this one. You can rewind if you need help or just want to remember the steps. And I'll help you a little bit here. I'll just rewrite this problem. 8 times 7 plus 8 times 1/4. So go ahead and solve this. Please pause now and then press play when you're ready to check your works. Again, please pause this video now. Only press play when you're ready to check your work. All right, so I already rewrote the problem for you. So 8 times 7 is 56, and 8 times 1/4 is 8/4, because 8 times 1 is 8, and I represent that as 8 over 4, or 8/4. So I can add this. Well, 8 divided by 4, 8/4, is equal to 2. So now I have 56 plus 2, and that equals 58. So notice I have a whole number as my answer this time. You won't always have a mixed number as your answer, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with this answer. So pause one more time and try this video, and then press play when you're ready to check your work. Again, pause now, and then press play when you're ready to check your work. Right, so I have 2 times 7 and 3/10. The first thing I had to do was to represent this as 2 separate multiplication equations. First, as 2 times 7 plus my other equation of 2 times 3/10. Well, 2 times 7 is 14, and 2 times 3/10, well, 2 times 3 is 6 over 10. So I have 14 plus 6/10. Notice in this case I don't have an improper fraction, so I don't have to convert this. I know that's what we've been doing, but that's only because the numerator was greater. As you can see here, the numerator is less than. This is a regular fraction. So I can just add the whole number and the fraction to be 14 and 6/10. That's a very important thing to remember. If the fraction is not improper, meaning the numerator is not greater than the denominator, I don't have to change anything. I only do that when it is greater, so I have to convert it. And sometimes you will not get a mixed number, you'll just get a whole number when the denominator can evenly go into the numerator. Otherwise, this will happen where 8 can't go into 36 evenly, so I have a remainder, and that remainder is used as my numerator. So as usual, if you have any questions, please message me on Schoology, Google Classroom, or chats, or even send me a link for a Google Meet, so that way we can work through any issues. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.